What I'm about to tell you contradicts almost everything you were taught about losing weight in the last 40 years. There's a specific dietary shift that flips your body out of fat storage mode and into fat burning mode in less than 3 weeks. It silences the chronic inflammation that's keeping you stuck. It rewires the hormones that control your hunger. And it produces results that no low-fat diet has ever been able to match. But here's the trap. Almost everyone who hears about this runs in the wrong direction. They overcorrect. They double down on the wrong thing. And they end up worse than when they started, with higher cholesterol, more inflammation, and a metabolism that's even more broken than before. The food industry is counting on that confusion. In a moment, I'll show you the Harvard-led trial that overturned the entire low-fat dogma, why a paper published in The Lancet found one specific dietary pattern produced dramatically more weight loss than the standard low-fat approach, and why obesity rates more than doubled during the exact decades the world was told to follow the opposite advice. I'll also give you the simple framework to know exactly what to eat, what to avoid, and the one adjustment most people get wrong, even when they think they're doing it right. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the last 40 years of mainstream weight loss advice was one of the biggest nutritional mistakes in modern history. Quick question before we dive in. Have you ever tried a low-fat diet? And how long did it actually work for you? Tell me in the comments. For the last 40 years, the dominant message has been simple. Fat makes you fat. Cut fat, lose weight. Eat lean, avoid oil, skim everything. And it sounds intuitive. Fat has 9 calories per gram, carbs have 4. So cutting the most calorie-dense macronutrient should work, right? Except that's not what happened. Between 1980 and 2020, while Americans dramatically reduced their fat intake and replaced it with refined carbs, obesity rates more than doubled. Diabetes tripled. Heart disease, the very condition the low-fat movement was supposed to prevent, kept rising. The low-fat hypothesis didn't fail because people didn't follow it. It failed because the underlying science was wrong. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. When you eat refined carbohydrates, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas releases insulin. And insulin has one main job: to store energy, to shuttle that glucose into your cells and lock the rest away as body fat. As long as your insulin is elevated, your body cannot burn fat. It is biochemically locked in storage mode. And on a typical low-fat, high-carb diet, your insulin stays elevated for most of the day. You're constantly storing, never burning. But there's a deeper problem. Most overweight people aren't just storing fat, they're inflamed. Chronic low-grade inflammation in fat tissue creates insulin resistance. Your cells stop responding to insulin properly, so your pancreas keeps pumping out more, trying to force the message through. The result is more storage, more hunger, more weight gain, and a metabolism that's stuck. This is where the right kinds of fats become medicine. Omega-3 fatty acids directly reduce inflammation in fat tissue. Monounsaturated fats improve cell membrane function, which restores insulin signaling. The Predimed trial, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, followed over 7,000 participants for nearly 5 years and found that a high-fat Mediterranean diet, rich in olive oil and nuts, dramatically reduced cardiovascular events and improved metabolic markers. Another study, published in The Lancet, compared the same approach to traditional low-fat diets and found the high-fat group lost more weight, kept it off longer, and had better outcomes. Same calories, better fats, better results. But now we have to talk about the trap. Because when people learn that fat is healthy, they swing to the opposite extreme. They eat bacon for breakfast, butter coffee, cheese platters, heavy cream in everything. And they think they're following the science. They're not, because not all fats are the same. Saturated fats, in large amounts, actively trigger inflammation. They raise LDL cholesterol. They drive the same insulin resistance you were trying to fix. The science is precise. Unsaturated fats heal you. Saturated fats, in excess, hurt you. And trans fats damage you in any amount. So here's what to actually do. Make olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish the foundation of your fat intake. 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil per day. A handful of nuts as a snack. Half an avocado at lunch or dinner. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines 2 to 3 times a week. Reduce, but don't eliminate saturated fat. A small amount of butter, full-fat dairy, or red meat is fine. The problem is when these become the majority of your diet. Keep saturated fats below 10% of your daily calories. Cut refined carbohydrates. Not all carbs, just the refined ones. White bread, pastries, sugary drinks, processed snacks. Replace them with vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and fruits. And eliminate trans fats completely. Margarine, packaged baked goods, most fried fast food. They're the most inflammatory fats ever studied, and they have no place in a healthy diet. Do this consistently, and in the first 2 weeks, your hunger will drop noticeably. Your energy will stabilize. Cravings will fade. In 4 to 6 weeks, your inflammation drops, your insulin sensitivity improves, and the weight, especially stubborn belly fat, starts coming off without the constant struggle of a low-fat diet. This isn't a hack. It's the science of how your body actually works, finally aligned with what you put on your plate. The low-fat era taught a generation to fear fat. The high-fat counter-movement taught the next generation to fear carbs. The truth is more nuanced. The right fats heal, the wrong carbs hurt, and the body responds to balance, not extremes. Tell me in the comments, were you taught to fear fat growing up? Did anyone in your family go on a low-fat diet that didn't work? I'm genuinely curious how widespread this damage was. And if this video gave you something nobody else gave you, subscribe to the channel. Every week, I bring you the science of nutrition, metabolism, and longevity translated honestly. No agendas, no supplements to sell, just the truth in language you can use. See you in the next one.